Okay, so you're in the tunnel of love, and you jumped into his lap, and then what happened?
Almost into his lap.
Almost into his lap, and something scared you.
Yeah.
And
I had to threw my arms around him and slapped him in the side of his face with the candy apple.
Uh-oh.
And then I said, "Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And I didn't mean to do that." And I started sucking on my apple again, licking on my apple again.
Yes.
And so we went on through the rest of the tunnel with me licking on my apple.
Yeah.
And he close, like he was waiting for me to kiss him.
Yes.
But I wouldn't. I was sucking on
Yeah.
my apple. And something happened again that we were near the end of the ride,
Mm-hmm.
and something happened and caused me to jump in his lap again, almost in his lap.
Yeah.
Then I looked around and I saw that the apple was way out here, and then I put it back and started licking it, and something else, the third thing, last thing, we were coming out the thing, and
Out the tunnel of love?
yes, out the tunnel of love, and something happened and caused us to get close again, and he came closer to kiss me, and I put the apple in my mouth again.
How old were you?
14.
So that would have made Daddy like 16, huh?
Yeah, I was 14 or 15.
Yeah.
And he was 16 or 17.
Do you remember the last time you spoke with Daddy?
The last time I spoke with him?
Yes.
I think he was in New York.
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking on the phone.
You were in Juneau, Alaska with me. Do you remember?
Yeah. And
remember Daddy was very sick?
yeah. And
do you remember what you talked about?
Not exactly.
Can I remind you?
Yeah.
You talked about Coney Island.
Oh.
And you talked about when you're on this one ride and you were wearing the crinoline slip with the big poofy dress.
Oh, yeah.
And what happened?
He did something. Oh, this ride went round and round and turned us upside down and everything. So he had control of the controls.
Yes.
And he naughty boy. He took the and he took and turned the thing where we were up. I was upside down.
Yes.
And my dress went over my head.
Yeah.
Oh,
look at the camera, Mother?
He said something that
Yes.
wasn't so
Gentlemanly?
yeah.
Okay.
And what did he say? He said something that wasn't so gentlemanly and wasn't so pleasing to me at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But it should have been. It wasn't.
You were kind of shy then, huh?
Yeah, I wasn't. I wasn't in love with him at the time. I loved him
Yes.
as a friend,
Yes.
and it's on that thing, on the telephone, and I had called him. Oh yeah, I'm getting ahead of myself. I was about 16. No, I was. Yeah. No.
Okay, well, what did you do?
Anyway, I called him on the phone. I think he was in north of over here, I think. But he was north.
Do you remember if he was on the West Coast or the East Coast?
That's what I'm thinking. He was on the West Coast and on the ship.
Can you recall any of the names of any of the ships Daddy was on? I can't remember any of the names. If I hear them, like if I read about them inadvertently or hear about them on a TV show, then I remember. But
I remember too, but I can't.
Do you remember how you used to sew our outfits? All of us girls, you'd sew us matching outfits.
Yeah.
And we would go meet Daddy when the ship came in.
Yeah, and I remember especially this red and white outfit with like checkers.
Yes, and we thought they looked like tablecloths. Mm-hmm. But we wore them anyway because you sewed them for us, and they were beautiful.
Yeah, we had, each one, all three of us had on an outfit.
Yes. And what were the boys wearing? Do you remember? Were they wearing suits or nice shirts, pressed shirts, and pants?
I think they were wearing jeans and red and white checkered shirts.
Yeah.
To match our dresses.
Yes.
And Davy, he could remember this. He could remember.
He has an excellent memory.
Mm-hmm. And such a beautiful time. Oh boy. And we stand on the deck.
Yes.
On the base.
On the pier.
Pier, yeah.
Yes, on the pier.
And
waiting for the ship to come in.
And finally, when the ship came in, we looking, seeing where he was.
Yes, all those beautiful sailors.
Yeah. And finally,
all in their pressed uniforms and their Cracker Jack hats.
Yeah. And finally, we saw him and he saw us, and we had